Welcome to NarrativeNook audio tales where enchanted stories come to life. If you enjoy our stories, please subscribe, like and share to support our channel. Enjoy listening.
It's the time of the month. My stomach hurts so much. I'm afraid I can't continue. Vivian made a pained expression as she spoke. Several others immediately echoed. Nicole looked at their bad acting and sneered. You all seem really in pain. I have an idea. I have studied acupuncture, and I have a unique set of skills to relieve menstrual pain. A few needles will do the trick. Nicole suddenly took a box of shiny silver needles out of nowhere. These female classmates gasped in fear at seeing the needles and looked at Vivian. Vivian gritted her teeth. She looked at Nicole and then sat up reluctantly. It's okay. We're much better now and can continue training again. You all do look better now. But don't force yourself to train if the cramp still lingers. I have really learned acupuncture. Nicole looked at her classmates with concern. Vivian immediately got to her feet and did some stretches. My stomach doesn't seem to hurt anymore. So let's keep training. Nicole looked at them and nodded with satisfaction. Soon it was noon, and as soon as the bell rang, everyone collapsed to the ground. I can't stand it anymore. I'm dying. I'm starving. Get me a chicken thigh, no, 2 chicken thighs. Everyone, the morning training session is over. After lunch, you all are to assemble on the sports field on time because Miss Emerson's class is in the afternoon. We can continue training. After Nicole's announcement, everyone was free to move. Lulu and June dragged their tired bodies and came up to Nicole, not even having the strength to speak. They just gestured with their hands and then walked toward the cafeteria. Nicole looked at them, who had only trained for 1 session, and shook her head, wondering why they were so weak. This is far worse than the training in my group. And it was just a warm-up, not yet a formal training. At noon, the cafeteria meal went fast, making the cafeteria owner wonder what was going on. All students from Class B were having a meal at the cafeteria and ate so much and so fast, like never before. After meals, they rested on the lawn but did not see Vivian or others. Boss, where are Vivian and others? Jack sat down beside Gary. Don't worry about them. They must have gone into hiding. Gary could guess it without much thinking. As the training session in the morning was a bit too intense for Wayne, he thought of a little idea. Boss, since Vivian and all have slipped away, why don't we dash? Shut up. Don't let me hear that again, or I'll cut off your tongue, Gary said. Just then, he heard low discussion voices nearby as if quietly plotting something. Gary walked over and patted them on the shoulder. Why are you guys conspiring against Nicole? She is doing this for the collective honor of our class. We know you like Nicole. Isn't it because of her that you're willing to stay and train? But we don't like Nicole, and we don't want to be tortured by her anymore. Having his motivation exposed, Gary was rooted to the spot for a second, now knowing how to respond. Just then, Nicole came over. Let's all assemble. She did a head count and found that not all of them were there. There was no sign of Vivian, either. Do a roll call. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't tally. Look over at the people on your left and right. If you find the persons next to you aren't the ones in the morning, call them out. No one dared to speak. Why does no one speak? Or do you all want me to do the roll call? Vivian, Tony, Caleb. Nicole mentioned several names in a row, getting no response. Very good. There are already people skipping the training right after the morning session. As I said before, if there is a single person absent, everyone will be punished. Don't do it, please. Someone in the group wailed. Blame those who didn't come. A few of you go to the sports room to look for Mr. Antelovic and take some sandbags and other weight-bearing gear. After a while, they returned with the gear. Everybody, tie a sandbag on your body and run circling the sports field. This time, Nicole led the group in front. After 10 laps, some people began to fall behind. Keep going. There are only 9 more laps left. This was actually another form of training in the disguise of punishment. 9 more laps. By the last few laps, Some people really could not keep on and lay on the sports field. Those who were not involved in the sports day ran over and helped them up and brought them to rest on one side of the field. Gary caught up with Nicole. There are still 2 laps left. Do you want to go for a match? Nicole looked into his defiant eyes. Why not? Whoever finishes last gives the winner a leg massage. How about that? Gary wanted to enjoy a leg massage by Nicole. I dare you to up the ante. Whoever finishes last gives everyone a leg massage. Nicole cast a cold look at him. Challenge accepted. Gary looked at Nicole confidently, thinking he would not lose to her because he worked out regularly. I will give a 10-second handicap to you. Nicole did not want to bully him. Gary was not too happy at hearing that. He thought Nicole was insulting him. I should be the one giving you the handicap. I don't want to bully girls. That won't be necessary. Are you ready? Nicole glanced at Gary. Ready. Let's get started. Gary quickly increased his speed. After running for a while without seeing Nicole, he smiled, thinking he had left Nicole far behind. As he just looked back, he saw Nicole right on his heels. Not bad. I'm going to speed up again. Keep up with me. Gary teased, and he picked up his speed again. Now he thought he must have smoked Nicole, not expecting that she had already leveled with him. What the, you can still catch up? Gary was surprised. Why aren't you going faster? Come on. Nicole taunted him. Gary had never been ridiculed like this before. He increased his speed again with all his strength. The 2 of them ran past the main group like a gust of wind. Jack was amazed. Boss is fast. This is the... Come on, boss, Jack shouted. See, Nicole is side by side with Gary. The 2 are on par. I think boss is holding back. Otherwise, he would have left her far behind. I don't think so. Nicole doesn't seem to break a sweat compared to Gary. He is sweating like a pig. What do you know? Boss sweats a lot by nature. Gary, is this what you have got? If you are not going faster, I will. With that, Nicole shot out like an arrow and left Gary in the dust in just a few seconds. Gary was stupefied, wondering if this was still the same Nicole he knew. Did you see? I told you Nicole was holding back. Go, Nicole. Gradually, someone in the group shouted Nicole's name. Soon Nicole finished 2 laps. She looked on and gave Gary a gesture of encouragement as Gary still had half a lap to go. Finally, Gary also crossed the finishing line, followed by the other classmates. They had all completed serving the punishment. Nicole waited for Gary to catch his breath before speaking. It is time to deliver on your promise, Gary. Sure. Jack, you and Wayne give everyone a leg massage. Did I hear you correctly, boss? You want us to give many people a leg massage? Jack and Wayne looked at Gary, dumbfounded. Yes, is there any problem? Gary stared at the 2 of them with a serious face. No problem. But can I find someone to help us both? Whatever. Jack heard that and felt relieved. He immediately called a professional masseur. Later, the entire sports field turned into a massage parlor. Gary came up to Nicole. I lost, and as promised, I will give you a leg massage. That won't be necessary. You go and help others. Nicole did not need him to massage her legs. She was afraid of giving the wrong impression to others. Are you questioning my skill? Gary was going to get started. What are you and Gary doing, Nicole? Rain asked when she saw Gary's hand about to touch Nicole's leg. Nicole pulled back her leg as soon as she saw Rain. Nothing. I saw it all. You are already engaged, so why are you still fooling around with another man? If Jared knows about this, you will have a lot of explaining to do. Rain sounded as if she was concerned about Nicole, but she was actually mendacious. We're training. What are you doing here? Nicole knew Rain was making things, so she would not entertain her. Training. Rain looked doubtful at others who were enjoying their massage. Yeah. If nothing else, please leave. We're going to keep training. Time's up. Everyone get to your feet. Nicole turned her back on Rain and stood up to look at her classmates. What an ingrate. You just wait to be scolded. Rain turned away angrily. Nicole did not even look back at Rain but continued training with her classmates. In the dormitory, Nicole had finished cleaning herself up and was now resting on the bed. Lulu and June. After a while, Lulu said, I've never felt so good lying in bed. Yeah, it isn't even this tiring during military training. You two are weak, already exhausted on the first day. How are you two going to continue? Nicole looked at the two half-dead humans. Nicole, are you an Iron Man? Aren't you tired? Lulu said. Yeah, I'm so tired I don't want to talk. How can you still be so energetic? June now felt like breathing was a waste of energy. It seems that you two should usually strengthen your exercise. Starting tomorrow, I'll take you two along when I get up and work out. Them along. Being mentored by Nicole was something that many people, including Gary, envied. No thanks. We'd like to sleep a little longer. Lulu did not want to work out with Nicole before the sun even came out yet. Don't you two want to? Do you know how many people want to practice with me in the morning, and I don't take them along? Don't take it for granted. Of course, we know that someone wants to work out with you in the morning, and that person is more than wanting it, he's craving for it. Lulu underlined the last part of the sentence in her voice. Lulu, believe it or not, I will drag you up in the wee hours of the morning if you talk nonsense again. Nicole threatened her, knowing who she was talking about. I will shut up right away and go to sleep. Good night. Lulu backed down. The next day of training, Vivian and the others were not absent. Nicole did a roll call. Whoever didn't come to the training yesterday afternoon, please step out. Vivian stood in the group and felt a chill running up her spine. After a while, she took the lead and stood out. While standing in front, she realized everyone was looking at them with that kind of look. Why are you all looking at me like that? Vivian felt unease being stared at. It was all because of you that got all of us punished. We ran 20 laps and came back to the dormitory dog tired. It was all because of you. The voices of reproach resounded throughout the sports field. Vivian looked at her peaked classmates and chopped logic. We were called away by a teacher, and you were gone when you came back. Vivian, stop lying. I dare you to reveal the teacher's name. A classmate mercilessly exposed her. Vivian looked at him and could not find a word to respond. Well, you guys who were absent from training yesterday will have to redouble your training today. Everyone else has run 10 laps, then you guys will run 20. Nicole looked at Vivian with icy eyes, not happy that she always disregarded the overall interests and took the lead in picking a fight. Since we used sandbags yesterday, we will continue using them today. With that, Nicole led everyone to a new training session. Today, Nicole added some of the most basic intensive training elements to the team on top of the basic training. Those who ran 20 laps yesterday joining the intensive training today were quite okay with them, but Vivian and her gang were not. Because of yesterday's absence, they could not cope with today's intensive training. After a while, Vivian and her gang lay down again. Nicole came over. You guys' stomachs hurt again? Do you want me to treat it? We don't have a stomachache today. We really can't keep on. Let us take a break. Nicole could tell they were not lying. Fine. You have 2 minutes. Then Nicole left to keep an eye on the training of others. Both Vivian and Gary were lazy so Nicole had to check on them constantly. After walking around and returning to Vivian, Nicole found them still resting. She was angry but could not punish her classmates like she did with outsiders. She could only outsmart them. Nicole walked up to Vivian, casting a long shadow. Do you know there are prizes for this year's sports day? Nicole looked at Vivian. Vivian immediately got up from the ground and leaned close to Nicole. There are prizes? How come I never heard of it? I didn't know you didn't know. Nicole looked at her, pretending to be in surprise. What are the prizes? Tell us. Vivian and the others immediately gathered around Nicole. I've heard that the prizes for the women's group are bracelets and designer bags. Nicole deliberately leaked this information to Vivian. Impossible. The Royal Creek Institute has never had such an award, let alone bracelets and designer bags. Vivian looked incredulous, for she had read the history of the Royal Creek Institute in the library. Then there is something that you don't know. I heard it is not the Royal Creek Institute but off-campus investors that sponsor the prizes. Nicole revealed to Vivian some ideas she had previously given to Stanley and Edwin. That's impossible. Why would an off-campus investor sponsor a sports event? Vivian still did not believe what Nicole had said. If you don't believe me, you find out from the student union during the break and see if I have lied to you. Nicole had a serious look in her eyes. The others saw Nicole did not look like she was lying, and they all nodded their heads. Nicole could see that everyone except Vivian had been somewhat convinced, so she made hay while the sun shone. So you should know, training is not only for the collective honor of the class but also for your benefits. Everyone felt what Nicole said had a point, so they no longer complained they were tired. Instead, a competitive atmosphere arose, as everyone feared being outdone. Only Vivian felt depressed and left. During the break, Lulu walked up to Nicole and asked, all students said there would be awards such as bracelets and designer bags to be won in the competition. Is this true? It's true. There was no need for Nicole to hide it anymore, as the student union would announce it eventually. Lulu still did not believe it before this, thinking it was just a rumor upon hearing it from Nicole. Lulu was pleasantly surprised, taking June's hands and jumping for joy. When everyone knew that there were prizes to be won, they trained even harder. Even the boys who slacked a lot previously were now trying to keep up with everyone else. With concentration and unity, I believe our class will win many prizes on the sports day. Nicole continued to boost the morale of everyone. In the afternoon, news of the giving of prizes at the sports day was confirmed. The student union publicly announced the matter on the bulletin board and school forum. Some people not in the know thought it was just a prank, but after seeing it with their own eyes, they believed it. This matter became a hot topic of discussion at school. Everyone was talking about it, and many people expressed the hope that such a sports event should be held more frequently. After school, Nicole was called to Mr. Ellison's office. Take a seat, Nicole. Mr. Ellison poured Nicole a cup of coffee. You are looking for me for something, Mr. Ellison? Nicole looked at him. Can't I just see you for a cup of coffee? Mr. Ellison smiled. Sure. I heard that the student union announced giving prizes for the sports day, and it was your idea. Mr. Ellison took a sip of the coffee. Yeah, the school holds a sports day yearly, and the students have aesthetic fatigue. So I thought there seems to work well. Nicole was pleased with the response after the announcement. Not half bad at all. It has raised the enthusiasm of all students. Good job, Nicole. By the way, I heard that the sports day brought many investors to the school. It's an achievement in the history of the Royal Creek Institute. Thanks to you. Mr. Ellison was glad that the school had such a talent as Nicole and that Nicole had chosen the Royal Creek Institute. Otherwise, such a good thing would have gone into the hands of other schools. Nicole looked modestly at Mr. Ellison. That's what I should do as a member of the school. Mr. Ellison was in admiration of her, as he knew Nicole was truly a rare talent. I heard that Riddle Corporation was recently bidding for a project from an international company. Is there such a thing? Mr. Ellison asked. I didn't know that you were also interested in international business. Nicole looked at Mr. Ellison calmly, wondering if he was also going to take part in the tender. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that concerned about these things, but with the strength of Riddle Corporation, haven't you ever thought of working with other companies? Mr. Ellison euphemistically reached out an olive branch. Nicole thought that Mr. Ellison was eyeing Aegis Corporation but expected that he wanted to work with the Riddle Corporation. I understand what you mean. If Riddle Corporation and Ellison Group join forces, we will have an 80% chance of winning the bid for the Aegis Corporation project, and while two dogs are fighting for a bone, a third one runs away with it. Nicole's analysis was spot on. Mr. Ellison listened to Nicole's analysis and nodded with a smile. Personally, I think it's a win-win. It was much better working with Ellison Group than with McCarthy Corporation. This matter is a major thing for which I need to ask for my family's opinions. Nicole knew she was just a junior in the family, and it was Sean who was running the company. So even if the joint venture was in the bag, she still needed to give Sean a heads up. If you have decided, call me. Harvey will contact you for subsequent discussions. Mr. Ellison did not forget to create opportunities for his grandson. Okay. I will go now if there is nothing else. With that, Nicole got to her feet and said goodbye to Mr. Ellison, who saw her out to the hallway. Jared's car pulled up in front of Nicole as soon as she stepped out of the school gate. Jared? What are you doing here? Nicole looked surprised at Jared, who appeared all of a sudden. Don't you want to see me? Jared quipped. Don't talk nonsense. Nicole opened the car door and got in. Where are you going? I will give you a ride. Jared looked at her. Going back home. Jared started the car and headed toward Nicole's home. In the car, Jared hesitated for a moment before asking, I heard that during the training, there was a professional masseur giving you a massage? Jared had never heard of masseurs giving massages at school in his life. This was the first time he had ever heard it, and he felt it was unbelievable. 3. How did you know? It also surprised Nicole, who wondered how Jared knew about it. She suspected he had eyes in the school. You don't need to know how I know. It's really news to hire professional masseurs to school and give students massages. Didn't the school say anything about it? It's not as serious as you think. Gary and I had a bet, and he lost, so he was giving massages to classmates as a punishment. Nicole laughed at the thought of Gary and the others massaging the legs of other classmates. Jared finally heard the name he wanted to hear. But from what I heard, Gary lost the bet and gave you a massage. Nicole's expression crashed in an instant. Who is behind the rumors, and from where did you hear about them? You don't need to know. Just answer me, is there such a thing? Jared could not tolerate someone else touching his woman, and if it was true as the rumors said, he would make the Finley family pay. No. Jared, is this why you came to pick me up at school today? Nicole came to her senses and glared at Jared with a sharp look in her eyes. Of course not. This is for you. Jared took a set of documents from the back seat and handed it to Nicole. What is this? Isn't Riddle Corporation bidding for the Aegis Corporation project? This is the profile of Aegis Corporation. When Jared heard that Riddle Corporation was bidding for the project, he immediately sent someone to do a background check on Aegis Corporation. Aegis Corporation's profile? Nicole smiled with delight. She had been scratching her head for the past few days on how to get this information, not expecting Jared had done that for her. Thank you. Nicole gave Jared an affectionate look. Just a thank you? Jared seized the opportunity. What do you want? Nicole looked at him. He suddenly gave her a quick kiss. Let's take this as a thank you gift. Nicole was startled. Just as she was about to say something, the car stopped. Here we are, but I will not follow you in. I still have things to take care of back in the office. Jared made an excuse before Nicole could say anything. In fact, it was not so much of an excuse, as he was really bus why. If it were not for the documents, he would have still been in a meeting at the moment. Really? Nicole did not believe his words. Bye. Nicole watched Jared's car go away before entering the house. You're back so fast? Nicole sent a message to Sean before she left school. Now he had arrived home one step ahead of her. What exactly is going on, Nicole? You didn't say it clearly on the phone. Sean looked at her with question marks in his eyes. Nicole sat down and then spoke slowly. Mr. Ellison called me to his office today. Mr. Ellison? Daniel instantly tensed up when he heard Mr. Ellison looking for Nicole. Nicole saw Daniel's unusual expression and quickly reassured him. Don't be nervous. Listen to me slowly. Aren't we bidding for the Aegis Corporation project? Mr. Ellison knew about it, and he talked to me today that he hoped to work with us to bid for the Aegis Corporation project. Instead of easing up, Sean got a little nervous. Mr. Ellison is eyeing the project as well? From my observation, he doesn't seem to be interested in that project. So what is his purpose for working with us? Sean looked down thoughtfully. Whatever his purpose, with what I know of him, he is not going to do anything bad to us. Otherwise, he wouldn't offer. I agree to work with Mr. Ellison. First, we will outbid our competitors. Second, it enhances our relationship with Mr. Ellison for more cooperation next time. Daniel thought this was good. It killed two. Sean thought for a long while before looking up at Daniel and then at Nicole. I agree with Dad. That's great. I'll bring Harvey home another day, and you guys talk about the cooperation. Nicole looked at Daniel. Okay then. You make an appointment with him. Sean, what do you think of that draft tender document? Nicole asked him. I didn't see their bidding price, but I could roughly tell from the tender document that the McCarthy family is betting big on the project. So we must also be prepared. Show our hand. Gloria was surprised. Sean, think it over before you make a decision, and do only what you can. Gloria feared the results would not be as good as she expected. Understood. Don't worry. I think McCarthy Corporation is no match for Riddle Corporation and Ellison Group, even if it goes all out, unless... Nicole let her words hang. Unless what? The three of them looked at Nicole in unison. Unless McCarthy Corporation also joins forces with others. Daniel and Sean nodded. Indeed, McCarthy Corporation knew their strength and would find someone to work with if they wanted to win the tender. I've thought about this before, but I have no idea who they will work with. Sean was a little worried. Leave it to me. Nicole looked at them with a serious face. It looks like I will have to bother you with this project. For the first time, Sean felt powerless. It's okay. This is Aegis Corporation's company profile that Jared gave me. You can take it back and study it. Nicole handed Sean the information Jared had given her. Jared? I didn't expect that he would find time to get this information for us. He is busy. That's all because of Nicole. Daniel looked at Nicole with delight. Yeah, this information is much more detailed than what I have found. Sean briefly looked through it and sighed. We are family. I'm happy that Riddle Corporation got the project. Mom, Dad, I will return to the campus because there is still something to do. Why don't you go after dinner? You have lost weight recently. Gloria looked at Nicole and felt sorry. Slim girls look better. I'm going. Bye-bye. Nicole waved goodbye to her family and returned to the campus. The next day, Nicole led everyone to train at the sports field, and Harvey came over. Can I have a few words with you, Nicole? Harvey wanted to talk to her in private, as there were too many people around here. I happen to have something to talk to you about. Gary, I will be away for a moment. You are to keep the training going. Nicole instructed Gary and walked away with Harvey. Gary shot a disgusted look at Harvey as they went. I will. Coming to a quiet corner, Nicole asked Harvey, what's up? My grandpa has told me about the cooperation with Riddle Corporation. When will you take me to meet your family members? That's what I'm going to talk about. If you have time after school today, please come with me to my house. Okay, I'll wait for you at the school gate. Deal. Harvey. Snow's voice suddenly came, and the next second, she saw Nicole there. Nicole? What are you doing there? Snow never expected to see Nicole here. Are you looking for me? Harvey was annoyed at seeing Snow, exasperated by her untimely appearance. At first, he was thinking of taking this opportunity to spend more time with Nicole, but now it seemed that it was ruined. Oh, aren't you a relay race ace? I want to learn from you. It was all an excuse for Snow to see Harvey. You have also signed up for the relay race? Harvey frowned. Yeah, I'm thinking of asking you to lead me. Snow said as she squeezed in between Harvey and Nicole. You guys talk. I need to train over there. Nicole did not want to see Snow act here. Harvey looked at Snow angrily. Didn't your class also sign up for the relay race? Ask them to lead you. I have got something on and need to go now. Hey Harvey, Harvey. Snow called out a few times while Harvey went, but he did not look back. Humph. Why go upon seeing me? You have something to hide. Snow angrily chased in Nicole's direction. Wait a minute, Nicole. Snow called out to her from behind. Nicole rolled her eyes and turned to look at Snow. What? What did Harvey say to you just now? Nicole knew Snow would not give up if she did not tell her something. Harvey asked me for advice when he saw how well my training was. That's all about it. With that, Nicole left straight away, not bothering if Snow believed. You lie. With Harvey's ability, he needs your advice. Is Nicole deliberately taking this opportunity to be alone with Harvey? Snow was even angrier at the thought of this. I didn't expect you to use this underhanded tactic. But don't you ever think of seducing Harvey this way. He is mine. Nicole returned to the training team, and Gary was leading the intense and orderly training. The relay race team, stop. Nicole suddenly had a new idea for training. Relay race is not only about speed but also about the tacit understanding among the teammates. From now on, the relay race teammates will have to nurture tacit understanding together at all times, except for going to the toilets and sleeping. It was the first time that everyone had heard that the relay race also needed to nurture tacit understanding, and they all could not help but laugh. Don't laugh. This is a very serious matter. Everyone has to do what I say. It's always normal for girls to stick together. But for boys, don't you think it's a bit too weird? Everyone burst into laughter upon hearing what Jack said. Can boys and girls also foster tacit understanding? Everyone laughed again, and some shy girls blushed at hearing that. Nicole glanced at Jack without smiling. What are you all thinking? Just do what I say. You all have thought too much as boys. Maybe you all aren't tired enough, are you? My bad. Okay, just train as I say after the relay race participants complete the regular training. Nicole, this shot is way too heavy. I want to change it. Those who practiced shot put were so tired that their hands were shaking. Shots are all the same weight. What is the use of changing one? What needs to be improved is your own strength. Give it to me. Nicole picked up the shot and put it out, landing beyond the farthest bounds. Holy moly. That's far. She is awesome. You still have a long way to go, kid, if you think of getting up to Nicole's level. Nicole glanced at the boy, who thought of changing the shot, and she walked over to another team. Keep it up. After the training, I will treat everyone to a drink. Nicole is the coolest class monitor ever. Nicole was amused, a gentle smile spreading across her face. When Gary saw this, he was utterly enchanted. The school finished in the blink of an eye. Nicole waited for Harvey at the school gate as promised. Harvey dropped the car window. Nico the car. Nicole opened the car door and got in. On the way, Nicole kept looking out the window. Harvey glanced at Nicole and felt that she was avoiding him. Nicole, how is the training? Harvey asked tentatively, hoping Nicole could talk to him. Good. Nicole just gave a one-word reply. Harvey took a deep breath. That's great. I heard Vivian led other classmates to skip training, and I thought you had a hard time managing them. But I'm relieved to see that you're okay today. Nicole did not bother to respond, as she sensed Harvey was just making talk. Seeing that Nicole still had no intention of talking to him, he could only find another topic. Can you tell me what the Riddle family thinks of the Aegis Corporation project? Nicole did not expect Harvey to rack his brains in order to talk to her. I've been in school all the time, so I know little about the Riddle family's view on this project. Nicole just wanted to get out of the car quickly as the atmosphere in the car was unnerving. After a short ordeal, the car was parked up in the compound of Nicole's home. Dad, Mom, Harvey is here. Nicole politely introduced him. Mr. and Mrs. Riddle, I got you something. I hope you two will like it. To Nicole's surprise, Harvey had even brought some gifts. When did you buy the gift? I didn't see it just now. Nicole asked in a whisper. While waiting for you. Please take a seat. Daniel motioned for Harvey to sit down. Harvey smiled and followed Daniel over and sat down. Let's talk first. Sean will be back in a minute. Daniel liked how polite Harvey was. Nicole, go ask him what he drinks, Gloria asked as she and Nicole were preparing drinks in the dining room. No need to ask, he will drink anything. When did the Riddle family entertain guests like that? Go ahead and ask him, said Gloria. Nicole went reluctantly and asked Harvey, what would you like to drink? Harvey smiled involuntarily as he thought Nicole was going to make a drink for him. Anything. Nicole went back to the dining room and said to Gloria, I told you he would be okay with anything, and you didn't believe me. Did he really say that? Gloria looked surprised. Yeah, Mom. Just pour a glass of juice, and I will just take it to him. Nicole did not want to waste any more time. On the couch, while Daniel and Harvey were having a great conversation, Nicole took a glass of juice and gave Harvey. Thank you. Harvey looked happily at Nicole. Dad, Sean, and others would be back soon. I'm going out to wait for them. Nicole just did not want to spend time with Harvey. You don't have to go out and wait for them. It is not like they don't know the way. Stay here and chat with your friend. Daniel said. Mr. Riddle, you can just call me Harvey. Harvey instantly closed the distance between him and Daniel.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this story, please like and share so others can see it too. Also hit the subscription button and notification bell so you can be notified on our next release. Thank you for your support. God bless you.